We live in a world subject to constant change. Every second of every minute of every hour, changes take place. These changes are perhaps invisible to us because our level of awareness is limited. Take, for example, how the things we do and say to the people we meet. All these things affect our lives, influence our destiny. And yet there seems to be some kind of fantastic order to the whole thing. We never know how or when we will meet a person who will become a catalyst, or who will lead us to one. What is a catalyst? Well, in this case, a catalyst is a person that will bring about changes. They could be good or bad, but there will be changes. You can meet one almost anywhere in your everyday life. In the supermarket, drugstore, anywhere. Even riding down the Florida Turnpike. A pretty girl with a problem. Who could resist? Certainly not Herschel. You ever think about this fantastic order of things? And how far does it go? You know, most people go through life completely oblivious to the obvious things that predictably influence their destiny. Herschel has met two beautiful girls. One is conservative, responsible, concerned with, and contributes her time and efforts to the benefit of her fellow man. The other is the opposite. Or is she? Who are we to judge? It's strange how many people will argue interpretations of the Bible. Herschel has much to be grateful for. He's strong, he's handsome, and he enjoys being attractive to the opposite sex. And he feels that when he comments, that his words deserve the consideration of these Bible students, these seekers of the truth. And as he plays his game of wits and ego, his comments could be what caused the chain of events and the moments of horror and agony that were far greater than his experiences in the hell of Vietnam. Any man who could refuse such temptations from such a girl as this, he would have to be much less a man than Herschel. How bad is that? But remember that the paths of life are predictable, and we repeat them again and again. Right on. There's much to warn us all of the trends our destiny is taking. Our scientists agree that the one immutable law of life is change. There's much talk and protests about everything, about pollution, about drugs and their abuse. And this has been a story based partly on fact, partly on probability. But the horrors that occur in the minds of those who allow the indiscriminate use of the human body as a mixing bowl for drugs and chemicals are as real as the real horror. So when you eat or take into your body any chemical or drugs, you take a chance on reactions that are untested, unpredictable. There are government agencies, many responsible groups, fighting the use of chemicals in the food we eat, the water we drink. And yet there are far too many of us who go right on taking the good way of life for granted, ignoring the warnings. So, let's give a little thought to making our own story have a happy ending. Ahem.